I experienced Boston ever since 9-5. Seen good times, never knew crime in the first time. I made the page hard, the sage rock flows insane when KK parked back in 9-7. The kind of people I learned from was a divine blessing. I step in the line to trust when I think back. The kids stacked with mad nights on the same track that we lace. Creep through streets with your teammates. Seen the meanest coke fiends that free base. Who me? I'm straight spectating, waiting for no man. Loyalty sacred, I take it down the block. Cruise with the rhyme, blaring throughout. I gotta get mine, rising like the sun after the night. Over a city filled with frauds of all types. A tear skin, a tax skin, a puffin' of a gasket. Boston on the lap, here we coming out blasting. Round, one, come another block, and we'll come back along to return to the start. One, round, no, this is the way we rock, and we're coming down the block, and we'll keep the block.
Hot suckers is bend over, rover. Once I enter the room, take over. Bitches stay riding brooms. I'm a real Boston hoodlum, soldier, ex-hunter worker, problem solver, big ass revolvers. After I'm done with you bitches, Bruce, not gonna spoil it for the legit bitches. I can back my shit, fucking hypocrite piece of shit. Don't run your mouth, you feel like gout. Ruin your gigs, take off your wigs. If I flip a lit kid, another state bitch. Watch your back, I don't slack, smoke crack, I lick women's ass cracks. Snake smoke the glass, think you won't have shit. I got bad burn vices, caffeine, nicotine, chronic sticks, OCs, CD bars, flex, heavy bags, bad frags. What?
Round, one, coming down the block, and we'll come back along to return to the start. One, round, no, this is the way we rock, and we're coming down the block, and we'll keep the block.
We the type of dogs who run and roll the dice with thousands off the hundreds, make these cats back down. Now you watch them plummet. My cup runneth over, Irish screaming Jason. Keep it sharp, fast and axe to bury you in basements. These Boston bad kids, known to flip the money over, known to beat you really bad, blow up like a supernova. Oversized trucks with tint that is midnight. On the rights, rocket match strapped to the back light. Buzzing down the streets, always been about the dream, always been about the team, making moves in subtle scenes. This is ball status, baby, I'm a boss slayer. High nerds, MIT brings you a false player. We in love, still in public, upper tops off. You ain't will, you know the lost cause needs to stop. It's a game full of marks, starting across the monsters. We in front, cause you eating at a red lobster.
Round, one, coming down the block, and we'll come back along to return to the start. One, round, yo, this is the way we rock, and we're coming down the block, and we'll keep the block.
That fucking decision. I didn't like the unanimous decision. I didn't like Rollie winning last week. That was a robbery. There's a Russian that got robbed too last week in boxing. And boxing, elite boxing is my favorite fucking sport since I was 9 years old in 1980. You know, I was 9 years old. I see Marvin Hagler running with combat boots on, a hat on that said war. You know, right before he was going to fight Hearns. Or maybe it wasn't war. Maybe it was prior to Hearns. But yeah, I love elite boxing and I love elite mixed martial arts. There isn't nothing I don't know about either sport because I've watched them since MMA since '93 and my early 20s. And boxing since I was 9 years old, 9 years old. So yeah, I feel bad for Lomachenko. Lomachenko was hitting Haney. This is nothing against Haney. He's a great boxer. You know what I mean? Very good boxer. I mean, he's the champ. All right. I think if Loma would have finished him off when he had him hurt a little bit, Haney going to the body like he did, which was surprising to me. It showed me his full game. I always knew Haney was good. I took Haney versus Cambosa. I knew Haney was going to win. And going to Australia to do that ain't easy for anybody. You know what I mean? So I don't like shitting on fighters. You know what I mean? I'm shitting on the judges, the refs, and the fucking promoters. They all have dinner the night before the fucking fights. Does that happen in baseball, hockey, fucking basketball? Fuck no. Is Steinbrenner fucking with the umpires and the fucking commission the night prior to a baseball game? No. Red Auerbach with the Celtics, was he fucking, with the refs fucking in the NBA fucking corrupt themselves alone. They don't need nobody to corrupt them. You know what I mean? They're even a bunch of fucking whack jobs. You know what I mean? Listen, it hurts when you see fighters come from like South America and they're fighting to make it in life. And they work hard in those gyms and they train hard and they spar hard. And you see them just get robbed, like especially last week. Lomachenko's had his day in the sun. But as we all can see, he can hang with anybody. I don't care what anyone fucking says. You don't think that's elite? He's an elite boxer. You are stuck on stupid because he neutralized the fucking reach. Everyone thought the reach. I even said it. Haney's got a good chance. Keeps him at the end of his jab. No, he was fucking mid-range fighting. He'd hit him with 5 fucking shots, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, and Haney would have hit him with 2s and 3s. But Haney was hitting them in the body from outside and jabbing, not as much as I would have liked him to if I was, in his corner. I'd be saying, keep him at the end of your jab, keep moving laterally, in, out, and that's it. But Lomachenko, if he would have not left it in the judge's hands, if he would have dropped Haney with a body shot or something when he had him hurt in the, in the 9th, 10th, and 11th rounds, the last round, he wasn't as he should have been trying to knock him out, which, listen, it's easier said than done. I've been in the ring many times, sparring, all that shit, amateur fights, all that shit. That high level, it's not as easy as people think it is, especially when you're small. You're 135 pounds, you know what I mean? You can knock anybody out. I'm just saying it's not as easy. I'm a heavyweight, so it's probably easier for me to knock somebody out and finish a fight. But in the 12th round, it's a long fucking time, and people have no clue. Some people, tough guys, you bring them to a fucking boxing gym, a heavyweight, and you put them in there with a fucking middleweight. The middleweight will fucking make them look silly, and they'll be tired after the first round. Because I've never looked silly in the ring, but I definitely was tired after one round one time. I could definitely say that, honestly say that. But that's only because I wasn't even training at that time, So, I'm not using excuses. It's just the truth. It's like if you train like I train and like I always train most of my life, I'd say from 17 on, I've always hit the heavy bag, wrapped up, hit the heavy bag, hit the speed bag. And then around 22, I started, getting trained by like real trainers, not just fundamental trainers, you know what I mean? Like I had when I was like 17, I learned the fundamentals, the basics, the straight left, straight right, left hook as a righty, as an orthodox fighter. So and then when I got it, when I had to train as a trainer, because I get in trouble for getting in fights in the street, I learned a lot about footwork, about staying on balance. Even though I learned that prior, I learned a lot more aggressive tactics. You know what I mean? Because I was already an aggressive person anyway. So that's easy for me to want to hit and hurt people with every fucking shot. You know what I mean? I got that killer instinct in me. I want to hurt that motherfucker. And not because I want to hurt him to kill him or anything like that. It's just, I just want to finish that motherfucker across from me, my opponent. So I think Loma looked great. I mean, you can't leave it in the judges' hands. We all know they're corrupt, and they've always been corrupt, but now they're just more blatant about it. They're more blatant. This tonight feels like, and last week feels like when Sugar Ray Leonard on the books beat fucking Hagler. Hagler was dancing like this. They didn't have a mark on him. Yeah, like Sugar Ray Leonard's a great fucking fighter. Olympic medalist, middleweight champ, great fighter. But when he came out of retirement to fight Hagler, after Hagler asked him for a fight for fucking 10 fucking years, Leonard would always commentate Hagler's fights and always say he's the best middleweight in the fucking division. Go do your history. Go watch when Sugar Ray Leonard was supposed to say in a ring in front of 1,000 people or something when he announced his retirement. He said, "I'm retiring," and Marvin thought he was going to say, "All right, we're going to fight and make the big money." You know what I mean? And that didn't happen. That always stung Marvin. So it used to be 15 rounds, and then it went down to 12, right around when Sugar Ray Leonard fought Hagler. Actually, I think that's the first 12-round fight Hagler had when Sugar Ray Leonard came out of retirement to fight Hagler. They made the ring bigger because, let's face it, Sugar Ray wasn't training, whatever. I think any pro fighter out there, if you're not training all the time, I think you're counting on getting in shape in 8 weeks or 10, 12 weeks for a 12-round fight. I think you're crazy. I think you need to be in shape year round. But it's horrible. It's putrid. It's horrible. It's almost like they insult our intelligence. You know what I mean? I feel bad for Ward and Bradley. You have to sit there and know what they really want to say, but they can't say it because they have great gigs. You know what I mean? And Ward is a great fucking boxer. So is Bradley. He's a really good boxer. But Ward was elite. You know what I mean? And he left on his own terms. He had enough money saved. He had good job as a commentator. They get paid great money. So, it's all 91, 92, 93-year-old fucking promoters, and everyone kisses their ass. And it's they're greedy cocksuckers. And we need to change. We need to change in boxing. We need to change in a lot of fucking combat sports. PFL needs fucking elbows. All right, I go on and on and on and on. You know what I mean, how can you call that mixed martial arts if it's not 8 limbs? There's a lot of shit. But the UFC card tonight was pretty fucking good. And I say this all the time. It's like a fucking, you could put it on loop. He looped it, right? I say it all the fucking time. I'm like, everyone that says this card's going to suck. And it's not one person. It's everybody on the internet, right? It's like those fight cards usually are some of the best or better than average. A lot of fucking knockouts. I mean, Michael Johnson was knocked out stiff tonight, man. Like, he was literally stiff as a board. I mean, it was a lot of good fights. The main event was fucking great. They fought fucking Angela Hill, fought her heart out, man. Didn't give up. Like most people would have gave up. Didn't give up. And, there was some good fights on the undercard. Let me see. I have it right here. What the fuck? So here's the main fight. That Rollie last week did not win that fucking fight. And there was a Russian, I think in Russia, that beat a guy, and they fucked him over too. So the kid that beat Rollie, like, that kid's fucking dreams are fucking shattered now. Because he's going to go to the back of the line now. You know what I mean? It's whoever, Arum or fucking Eddie Hearn or any of these fucking promoters in boxing. If they're their guy, they're going to get the fucking call every fucking time. 116 to 113 or whatever the fuck. There's no way. I would have been still upset with a draw, but it wouldn't have hurt as bad. It wouldn't have fucking like a sucker punch or something like that, because that ain't happening anyways. I'm not letting someone come 2 feet with animosity anyways in front of me without me hitting them first, because it's just not happening. So that's not going to happen. So, yeah, just like brutally honest. I'm not going to sit here and fucking sugarcoat nothing. Fuck boxing commissions. Fuck all the belts. Have a fucking 1, 2, 3 belts for each fucking division. cut the divisions in fucking half. Start making these fighters all, especially in the UFC too. Like, stop making all these fighters fucking, cut so much fucking weight. There's gotta be a change. There's gotta be a change. If we don't fucking say nothing, that's the problem with today. No one's got enough fucking balls to get together and fucking say shit. It's not like we're fucking QAnon or any of these fucking morons. You know what I mean? And here's another funny thing. Alex Jones, listen, that shit with Sandy Hook was horrible what he said. Like, and of that, because I believe, I love kids and women, and like I love my wife and my kids, so, but 90% of the shit he says is true, so, it's like, I agree to disagree with anybody, but I'm definitely never going to sugarcoat nothing. I'm always going to speak my fucking mind. I ain't no white privileged piece of shit. Fucking, you know what I mean? I'm more likely white fucking trash than anything when I was growing up as a kid. Fucking single fucking with my mother. I never met my father. I was 32. I had a brother and sister, younger brother and sister, twins when I was 7 years old, and their father died when my mother was 4 months pregnant. My mother was on welfare. So, yeah, I grew up on the fucking wrong side of the tracks, but I'm glad I grew up where I grew up. Made me a fucking stronger man. At a young age, I had to grow up at 7 years old. So nothing will ever be sugarcoated. I'll always speak my mind. I'm never trying to offend nobody. I'm not trying to offend nobody. I'm not trying to trigger anybody or fucking, God forbid, if you say something and someone doesn't agree, so what? Fuck you. I don't care if you don't fucking agree with me. Fuck you. Bottom line. I know what I saw. I seen 4, 5, 6 punches. Loma could have won a little more all out in the 12th round. But still, I think fucking Loma won this fight or a draw. Now, I will go watch it tomorrow. And if I'm wrong, I'll say I'm sorry. I'll say I'm wrong. And this is nothing against Devin Haney. I took Devin Haney in fucking Australia when he went on the enemy grounds. I knew he was better than Kambosos. Taking nothing away from Kambosos. He won those belts. You know what I mean? So I knew he was a brawler. I knew Haney was a technician, a really good boxer. A really good boxer beats a fucking brawler any fucking day because they get caught extending in and shit. You know what I mean? It's just a simple fucking, it's the sweet science of fucking fighting. It's not just boxing. It's mixed martial arts too. It's the same theory. Same fucking theory. Head kicks, fucking 8 limbs, whatever, right? It's all the same fucking theory. It's slipping, ripping. It's fucking moving your feet in, out, laterally all the time. Learn how to move laterally. Learn how to switch it up. Switch stances. Move the southpaw. Or if you're southpaw, move the orthodox. If you're orthodox, move the southpaw. You have to learn that shit. That's fundamentals. That shit you got to do every single fucking day. And still to this day, I still train 5 to 6 days a week, at least. Like, I'm always doing that shit that people consider boring. But me, myself, no, not really. I don't consider it boring. I feel good when I do it. I know I'm in better shape than most people that go lift weights at the fucking gym. It's like fucking Tyson Fury. I have nothing but respect for Tyson Fury. I said Tyson Fury beats Deontay Wilder 9 out of 10 times before they even fought the first time. When Deontay Wilder called out, and I respect Deontay Wilder a lot. You know what I mean? So I know John Jones would walk out of that room. Trust me. But in the boxing ring, Tyson Fury would make John Jones look silly. Boxing. But in a mixed martial arts fight or a street fight or anything like that, John Jones is going to break his bones. It's just the truth. I'm sorry to hurt people's feelings out there, like Tyson Fury, because I have nothing but respect for you, Tyson Fury. As a matter of fact, I think you're one of the best fucking ever. I mean, I think you could have hung with Ali up there. I think you could have hung with Mike Tyson, who you were named after. I think you could have hung with all the great heavyweights. You're 7 feet fucking tall and you move like a middleweight, and you know how to fucking box. You actually know how to fucking box. So, yeah, like I would put you up there in the top fucking 10, probably. Especially if you when you beat Usyk, or if you beat Usyk, if you retire all the belts, you'd be like Rocky Marciano, the only two to ever do it. So, of course, I would put you up there with the greats. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens. You know what I mean? But yeah, John Jones, Joe Rogan wasn't fucking putting you down. He even said if it was in a ring, it would be a totally different story. You would wipe the fucking mop the floor up with John Jones, or any fucking mixed martial artist for that matter. But any mixed martial artist, any. Remember James Toney, how good he was defensively? He got in there with fucking what? Who the fuck did he get in there with? Shit. Anyways, he went in there. His first fight, he got fucking taken down and he got his ass kicked. Kiwi, what's up, brother? I'm sorry, brother. I wasn't even looking at the fucking thing. These judges don't know that only clean punches count, right? Yeah. You know what? Haney went to the body good. Like when he was on the outside, he went to the body, which I was surprised that he did. I was really surprised. He had, some good, but it was close. It was a close fight. There was no way it was 115 to 113, whatever the fuck they had it at, 116, 130, whatever the fuck it was, 115 to 112, whatever it was. That was, they already had that preordained, pre-planned last night at dinner with the promoters, the judges, and the fucking refs. They all had it predetermined. Whatever way it was going to work out, they got to make sure their man won it. And Inoue. We got Inoue, the Japanese monster, coming over next year, right? I mean, next month, right? One of my favorite fighters. The Japanese fighter that fights for tonight on this card. He fucking overhand left, knocked that fucking dude, what's his name, Maloney, I think, out cold. Oh, shit, right there. Right there. Yeah, Judah Nakatini, right there. This guy's a fucker. He knocked him out cold with an overhand left, set it up perfectly too, out cold. That's what you got to do. Like Marvin, I say it all the time because he's my favorite fighter. Well, he's my favorite fighter when I was a young kid, and I had so much respect for him. Rest in peace, Marvelous Marvin Hagler and Muhammad Ali up there. Like people before this fight are saying, "Oh, fucking Loma, he's not the same Loma 2018." Okay, yeah. First of all, for the Lopez fight, he was hurt. He didn't say it until 6 months later after the fight. He said my shoulder was hurt. I wasn't going to say nothing that night. I don't want to make excuses. But if you notice that fight, Loma came on in the end and won fucking at least 4 or 5 rounds in the end of that fight. But Lopez actually beat him. You know what I mean? This fight right here, Oscar Valdez, Lopez 2. Fucking Valdez broke his fucking nose, but Lopez was fighting a good fight. Keeping your hands down. I highly recommend boxers don't fucking do that. Unless you're out of fucking range and you can put your hands out, shake them out, fucking fake, do whatever the fuck you want to do. You know what I mean? But when you're in range, unless you're fucking Thomas the Hitman Hearns or a counter puncher that's keeping his hands like Roy Jones Jr., or a boxer that's keeping his hands down for a reason. So when you explode in, he just one little half a foot step to the left and that check left hook, or a half a step to the right and that check right hook, waiting for the counter, or the overhand right or the overhand left, or the uppercut. You know what I mean? It's very simple. In, out, side, and lateral movement. It's constant movement, constant punching, constant setting up punches to set up punches. Every time Loma was in front of Haney the whole fucking fight. He was walking him down the whole fucking fight. Cut off the distance problem with fucking straight lefts all the time. Going in there with straight lefts, moving his head while he was throwing them so he couldn't get fucking caught. And even though I'm emotional, I'll still watch this fight tomorrow. And if I'm wrong, I'll come on fucking tomorrow or fucking Tuesday when I usually come on, and I'll say I'm wrong. But I'll probably come on tomorrow and say I'm wrong. But I don't think I am. I really don't. This fight had no meaning to me at all. Like, I don't bet a lot of money, nothing like that. I just started betting like 3 or 4 weeks ago. $5, $10. I think $10 on DraftKings a week. That's it. And I won 3 of those weeks, and I lost $10 one week. So, yeah, that's just short money. You know what I mean? So if I got win $300 off $10 or $3,000 off $10, then I'm gonna do it. You know what I mean? I pick fights every week anyway, so why not? You know what I mean? I'm giving fucking people winners every fucking week. Tonight, I think I was on the UFC. I think I was like, I think I was 6-6 or 7-5, one or the other. That was like a fucking subpar night. I think I had 420 points or something like that, or maybe more than that. I forget. But you know, you would have won money if you bet every fighter straight up. You know what I mean? You would have probably broke even or won a couple bucks. That's the way I look at it. I don't care if I come in first place on our fucking what's it called, the thing we do at Rush Hour Fight Club. Prior used to be Rush Hour MMA. You know, we have 60 fucking people in there fucking picking, and they're all fucking really good. They all know their shit, right? I just want to have the most wins at the end of the year. I don't care about the first place. You could have someone that fucking wins 4 first place finishes and wins for the year, but fucking has the least amount of wins for the whole year. You know what I mean? So I don't care about that fucking. That's short money to me. You know what I mean? So I don't care about that money. I would say, Jake, keep half of it, send me half of it. You know what I mean? That's all I care about is my wins over losses. I got like 225 wins over losses. So I got 225 wins in 2 years. Will be in July. So you would be up for like last year. You would be up for this year, no matter what. If you're a gambler, you'd be up. You'd be up money. But yeah, tonight was a disgrace. Not as bad as last week. Not as blatant as last week. I mean, they didn't even try to hide it last week. This one was a close fight. I love when people, watch, Haney's going to destroy him. He's going to destroy him. I go, like, I don't even say nothing because it's just small shit to a giant. I'm not going to argue with people. But the people that are saying this shit haven't been watching boxing since 1980 when they were 9 years old. Fucking 2/3 of them weren't. So I can't explain it to them. You know what I mean? I know Lomachenko was going in there, especially after getting pushed at the fucking press conference. He's had 400 he was 403 as an amateur. And then he come in and won what? Fucking 3-4 different weight classes, moved up in weight, fought all bigger guys all the time. It's like Tank Davis. He knocks out middleweights in fucking sparring. That's why he knew he's going to beat Garcia. You know what I mean? It was just a matter of when. You know what I mean? When Garcia made that mistake. He made that mistake a couple rounds into the fight, but he got up and fought fucking 6 more rounds. So I gave Garcia a lot of credit. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think if Loma dropped him with a nice body shot and just made him take a knee, and then he got up, Haney, then the judges would have probably had to give it to him. You know what I mean? You can't leave it in the judges' hands. You know what I mean? Listen, Saturdays, I'm not trying to impress nobody. When I'm watching fights, I got 3 screens in front of me and shit. I'm comfortable. I got my fucking like sweating bathrobe on, like when I wear like after I get done training and shit. You know what I mean? I got nice bathrobe. This used to be a nice bathrobe, so I wore it. I got 2 of these things, right? So I got clothes on. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to impress nobody here. That's the thing, people. You want real or you want fiction or nonfiction? You want real life or do you want fucking make pretend? Because that's what this fucking world has come to. A lot of make pretend fucking, there's a lot of fake and phony people out there. Like Max Kellerman. He's a fucking clown. I feel bad for Ward and Bradley sitting out to listen to these fucking guys that probably never fought in their fucking lives. Ward was a fucking elite boxer. He He went on his own terms. His faculties, a good commentator job, had plenty of money put away. You know, I could see Ward's face like at the post fight day. I could see him like getting pissed off. You know what I mean? I could see it in his face. And Bradley too. Bradley wasn't saying much at all. He's pissed off. So yeah, they gotta sit there and listen to that shit. You know what I mean? To keep their jobs. You know. So I understand. I guess. You know what I mean? Like me myself. Even in the union, like my boss, when he offered me that job 3-4 years prior to me even taking it, I said, I can't take orders from people. Even you, I can't have you fucking yelling at me, but nothing like that. And, you know, he goes, don't worry about it. You're going to be in charge. So you don't have to fucking, and I'm never going to yell at you. I'm just going to talk to you like we always talk. We're friends. You know, so yeah, I'm just not good at taking orders. I feel bad for those guys. I do. Max Kellerman, I'd rather have Stephen A. Smith talking about boxing because he actually remembers and actually watch old boxers. He actually does. He's very, very knowledgeable. And I know what people are going to say. Max Kellerman fought a couple amateur fights. So did I. But I fought a lot of street fights. That kid's white privilege, not me. You know what I mean? He's never fought. He fought a couple amateur fights and fucking probably had no competitive spirit in him at all. You know what I mean? At least Stephen A. Smith speaks his fucking mind. You know what I mean? Kellerman speaks his mind and believes his own fucking lies. He said Tom Brady sucked, was at the end of his fucking road, this and that. He won 3 more Super Bowls with the Patriots. This is when he said this. He won 3 more fucking Super Bowls. So fuck Max Kellerman. And, you know, some of those guys at that desk, other than Ward and Bradley, you know, there's probably a couple of them I probably would like, you know what I mean? I don't know these people personally. I just know Bob Arum, it's time to retire at 91, 92 years old. Get the fuck out. You made the Thriller in Manila. We all appreciate it. It's like, go retire in your little gated community, wherever the fuck you live, right? And go chill. And you got plenty of money. You know, you got generational wealth. I mean, God knows Ali died with no money. And I'm not saying that's your fault because, you know, Ali was his own man. He did what he wanted to do, you know. And he had, 4 different wives and, you know, a lot of child support and stuff, and alimonies and all kinds of shit, you know. But, yeah, it's horrible. It's hard. UFC card was pretty good tonight. We don't got no UFC next week. That sucks. But pretty soon we got some great fights coming up after that. After next week, we got Glory Kickboxing next week. Outstanding. We got Muay Thai Friday morning. Outstanding. I forget also. Oh, we got some boxing next week. Outstanding. We're gonna see how corrupt boxing stays because it's been like this since the dawn of time. But they used to hide it really well. You know what I mean? It was never this blatant. So this is what the commissions, the fucking judges, the fucking promoters, all these people that are fucking pretty fucking stupid people, in my opinion, they think fucking we're the stupid motherfuckers. These motherfucking old fucking timepieces. And I respect my elders. You know what I mean? If they give me a reason to respect them, I'm going to respect them. You know what I mean? I'll never disrespect them unless they disrespect me. But even then, I'd probably go easy on them because they're older. You know what I mean? What are you going to do? Hurt an old guy? I don't know. I don't know. Anyone, you know, Kiwi, anybody, like, anyone got anything to say about this? Randy Couture, absolutely, brother. And listen, he's a great boxer. Like, talk about fucking defense. Talk about just a straight up savage. There's levels to fighting. You know what I mean? I mean, James Toney was a fucking savage. And Randy Couture fucking brought him down and beat the living shit out of him. Haney was there. Yeah, he was. He was Kiwi. I'll definitely give him that. Like, listen, it was a close enough fight where we kind of knew Lomachenko was going to get robbed. We kind of knew that. And not only that, he had the sentimental value going for him, and he looked great in there. It's not like he looked bad, you know what I mean? He didn't look bad at all. He looked fucking great. I think, this might motivate him and bring him back. And Ali was out. When someone said 2018, he's not the same guy as 2018. I'm like, yeah, he might be even fucking better. But yeah, he might have lost a fucking little step. He might have lost a little bit of speed, but he definitely had a game plan for this fight. He was fucking landing that left and that right to close the distance every single fucking time while he moved his head and then moved in, boom, 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 and get the fuck out. He'd have his hands up. You know what I mean? So he fought the smart fight. And I've seen fucking Loma make people quit so many times. Loma, no mas, before they called him the fucking Matrix. So I just thought Haney is a great boxer. I don't think he beats Shakur Stevenson. I don't even think he beats Inoue. I think Inoue hurts him. I think no one's talking about fucking the Japanese monster. Nobody. He's a fucking animal. Nonstop. These guys, this guy Inoue is one of my favorite fighters for a long time right now. So we got Tank Davis, we got Shakur Stevenson. I think that should happen, that fight right there. Why don't we get a rematch of this fight? You know what I mean? Why don't we have a rematch of this? Both of them make some fucking money. They both earned each other's respect. You know what I mean? They fought before. Usually that's enough. You know what I mean? They squash it. You know what I mean? I respect you. What the fuck? How can't you respect each other? You know what I mean? You just want to fucking war with each other. Boxing ain't easy, people. Boxing is not easy. And it's like UFC tonight. Anything could fucking happen. It's like so many fights. Kiwi, I'm sure you would agree. Like there was so many fights that you would have never thought were going to. I didn't think fucking Hooper was going to win. Chase Hooper, after the fucking show he showed last time 6 months ago, I thought that kid's grown into his fucking body and into a man, and he's getting stronger, he's getting better. And that kid from New Hampshire out of New England Cartel, man, if you're sparring with Cater and fucking Rob Font, you should be learning something in that kid. You should be out striking that kid easily. I don't know, man. I don't fucking know. I don't know. Yeah, start working on your striking, kiddo. That's all you got to do. You did pretty good on the ground with a fucking black belt. I think he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. I'm pretty sure, Chase Hooper. But you did a good job there. You know what I mean? Getting out of fucking submission attempts and all that. You did good. It just looked like you didn't have no cardio. It looked like you were tired. And maybe you took this fight on a week's notice for all I fucking know, or a fucking month's notice. I don't fucking know. Like I said, you guys should all be in shape. I know people get hurt, especially in mixed martial arts. I know people need time off, once in a while. I get it. I definitely understand. But there is training you could do where you're not going to, when you go to camp or you get a fucking fight, 3 days, 5 days notice, you're going to be in half. You're going to be at least 60%. Your cardio, everything, you know what I mean? And then you train for a fucking week, get rid of the little soreness that you have in a couple days. You loosen up, and hey, you might win that fight. If you're always ready to fight, you're always in fucking shape, you're going to make a lot of fucking money. All these guys got to fight each other. All of them got to fight each other. And all make a lot of money. It's not about, we'll find out who the best is. You know what I mean? Pound for pound, we'll find out who the fucking best is after they all fight each other, because there's a lot of elite fights to make in boxing. Like we get in the UFC, like we get in one championship, like we get in Bellator. I mean, for the most part, they have tournaments every year, right? We get to see the best fight the best. You know what I mean? And that's the way it fucking should be. Especially in the UFC, we get that. You know what I mean? Almost 9 out of 10 times, I like both fighters. So, yeah, boxing is a disgrace right now. And I know a lot of people that would if they were alive. I seen Teddy Atlas going off the other day from last week's fucking decisions. Going off. Like yelling, fucking pissed off. I never seen him like that on his podcast ever in my life. And the kid who is his co-host, the guy, he's right from Somerville, right here in Boston, right connected to Boston. So, he's a nice kid. And I know Teddy Atlas tells the truth. That's one thing I do know about that guy. He definitely does not lie. You know what I mean? He doesn't need to. Just like myself, I don't need to fucking lie. Kiwi, he don't need a lot. Just it's pretty sad. It's pretty fucking sad. I hope and pray that we could get some more elite fights, because it was a great fight. There was a couple good fights prior to that, and I hope we can get some elite fights. That win last week, and the Russian kid that got robbed last week, the two people that got robbed last week and this week, I believe those are robbery, or at least should have been a draw and have a rematch or something. But Haney, I'm taking nothing away from Devin Haney. He's a great fighter. Kiwi, if you remember, I picked him when he went to Australia. You know what I mean? I knew he was going to beat Kambosos. Not that Kambosos ain't a great fighter. He had the belts. He won the belts. No one could ever take that away from him. He was the champion. Unanimous. He had all those belts. I just knew Haney would keep him at the end of his jab. And, Kambosos is more of a brawler anyways. He goes in there and tries to just take you the fuck out of there. You know what I mean? He's styles make fights. And I knew Haney was just a little bit better, fundamentally sound. I knew that from, I just knew. Just from watching him fight. And, you got to remember, both of these guys that fought tonight, Haney was landing nice strikes to the body. I will give him that. I will definitely give him that, brother. He was landing nice body shots. I was shocked he went to the body. I thought he was going to try to knock Loma out. I thought he was going to be head hunting the whole fight. But Loma took those body shots, and he kept going in. For fucking and landing 3s and 4s and 6s and just got the fuck out of there. You know what I mean? And had his hands up. He's catching a lot of punches. He had more total punches thrown, more total punches landed, more. I would say the damage probably. You could say that Loma was more damaged, his eyes and stuff. I seen Loma crying in the fucking in the back room. I never seen Loma cry in my life. You know what I mean? It doesn't make him any less of a man. You know what I mean? I've cried at the movies, for Christ's sakes. I've cried seeing my kids do well. You know what I mean? Tears of joy. You know what I mean? It doesn't make you any less of a man. It just gives you you have a soul. You have morals. It doesn't show weakness at all. You know what I mean? I never cried in court or nothing, you know what I mean? Or fucking, crying, fucking none of that shit. You know what I mean? I did what I did, I took it like a man. But that was when I was young, I made a lot of mistakes, you know what I mean? But hey, these judges and these I would like Teddy Atlas said, I would like these judges and these refs. This ref tonight did a good job. I don't think he has much to say about the win. I think the judges and the promoters have to say, all right? But that ref did a good job tonight, for the most part. What the fuck was I going to say? So I wish these judges could be in a room with every fighter they ever fucked over. And every fucking night get a new one and go in there and take a beating. And then, come back the next night and take another beating. And maybe you might learn something. You know what I mean? Because basically what you're doing, you're not going to ruin Lomachenko's life. You're not going to ruin Devin Haney's life, right? But you are ruining the guy that beat Rollie last week. You're ruining his fucking life because he's going to go back to the end of the line now. And he's going to make shit money now from now on when he should have won all the fucking, should have beat Rollie anyways. And Rollie got a gift getting that fight anyways. I don't know why he got that fight. Maybe it's reasons I don't fucking know of. You know what I mean? Maybe he had, a deal with his fucking, with the promoters. I have no idea. Rollie is a good boxer. He hasn't gotten better since Tank Davis knocked his, what loose at the end of last year. You know what I mean? So after all that shit talking, and you have to talk shit, I guess, to sell fights. But Haney, the only reason I was leaning Haney all week, the only reason I took Loma was when Haney shoved him. I thought he was in his head. I thought he was like unsure of himself. It's like when people do that, they're trying to intimidate you, play war games with your mind, psychological warfare. That's all it is. You're a dirty fighter. You hit off the break. Well, I used to hit off the break too. Once that fucking ref gets out of the way, you're throwing fucking punches. It's protect yourself at all times. And Devin Haney, I think, got to him. You know what I mean? But I think pissing off a guy like Loma ain't a good thing because he had a fucking pretty good performance out there. And Loma, you heard the American fans. Like we were all in your corner, and I'm sure worldwide, I'm sure everyone had your back. You know what I mean? It's just because it was in MGM. You know what I mean? So it was in America. So the American fans, the sea, the love, we all have for you because we all know how good of a fighter you are. Angela Hill, great fucking job. Most guys would quit. I know I can name a few, but I'm not even gonna stoop to that fucking level because why should I? I'm not a fucking asshole. I don't want drama. I'm not a drama type person. I would say it to a person's face. I don't need to say it on a camera. I'll just say it to someone's face. So I'm happy for her. She didn't give up. She fucking Mackenzie Dern, was fighting emotionally and mad, and she did pretty good. I don't think you're ready, Mackenzie Dern, for Weili Zhang or any of those fighters, any of those ladies in the top 2 or 3. I think you need like another fight or two. You know what I mean? And there was some other great fights. I can't believe Michael Johnson got fucking knocked. He was winning that fucking fight, man. I was like, damn. I always thought Michael Johnson, I know he has the tools. Like he has such good hands. It's so fast and can wrestle. This whole week he was saying he wanted Gaethje again. You know what I mean? I'm like, there's no way he's losing this fight. There's no way you're getting Gaethje now, brother. That sucks. And I remember seeing a podcast with you, like, an interview with you. And you said you were back to fucking training hard and stuff. This is about 2 fights ago. And you said, you were taking it seriously and you weren't fucking, fucking around no more. You weren't drinking or whatever. You weren't partying as much. None of that shit. You were focusing on getting better. And you did get better. You know what I mean? Seeing you get dropped like that, like kind of disturbing, man. It was like, fucking damn, you were fucking stiff. Your legs, your feet were together. I was like, damn, it was just good to see you get up after and you're all right, man. But me and a friend of mine were talking Thursday. You should go to BKFC, Michael Johnson. You'd be great there. You got such a fast jab and fucking good fast hands. You'd probably cause some problems in some weight divisions over there at BKFC. He didn't make a lot of money doing it too. You know what I mean? So you always had that. You always had Bellator, PFL without elbows. You know what I mean? You could do a lot of things. You know what I mean? The Lomachenko, man, like I feel bad for you. Congratulations, Devin Haney. I mean, I'm not fucking mad at you. I'm mad at the system. I mean, it's not your fault. You know what I mean? Hey, Rollie, it's not your fault. You know what I mean? I'm not mad at you either. It's like I know these fucking old timepieces. And I don't have nothing against older people. I actually like older people that have wisdom and fucking are smart. You know what I mean? But, that old saying, if you're the smartest man in the room, you're in the wrong room. I like to be around smart people. I just do. I always have. I always like learning from people and learning things for myself, too, about life. You know what I mean? When I was young, I experienced that shit really young. So, I just think it's a disgrace to boxing. Boxing has the most fucking history in America, more than baseball, football, hockey, basketball, any of it. It's like our first major sport. You know what I mean? Combat sport. And those guys fought fucking, I don't know, 5, 10 fucking times in a month sometimes. Back in those days, in the early days. Jack Johnson, Jack Dempsey, he wouldn't eat for 3 days and fight. You know what I mean? You go a fucking month without eating and just drinking water. Like, you're not going to die. you'll lose a little weight, you'll fast, you'll clean, flush out your whole system, and you know, you're not gonna die. You know, you need the fluids, though. You need the water. You need water. But food, I just recommend, you know, eat 2 meals a day on Saturday and Sundays. I guess you can have your cheat days as long as you earn them all week long. And you know, honestly, you don't want to fucking fuck up your heart when you get older, people. Even when you're younger. Like, I see some 20-year-olds that look like they're fucking my age, 52. You know what I mean? I see some 30, I mean, not 20-year-olds, like 30-year-olds that look like fucking, they should be fucking 50 or 60. They look like they're 50 or 60 years old. And a bad looking 50, 60, like rough. You know what I mean? Yeah, it really pisses me off, man. I don't even really do post fights no more. I just wanted I wanted to do this. I really wanted to do this and let people know the way I fucking feel, because I'm not sitting there crying. I'm just spitting facts. And I will watch this fight again, and I'll give my honest opinion again Tuesday. And if I'm wrong about it, I'll come on tomorrow or fucking Monday and I'll say it. You know what I mean? Sunday's my only day of rest. Or I take Mondays, one or the other. Sometimes I take Sunday and Mondays. I'm doing a lot this month, so you know, I need a day off. You know what I mean? Sometimes. So yeah, this month's really busy for me. You guys are gonna see some upgrades too. I'm gonna have a couple more channels, a couple more podcasts, because I'm covering too much stuff on one channel and one podcast. You know what I mean? So I want to. I already have another channel set up. I'm going to set up another channel, and those are all going to become podcasts too, on separate names, all that shit. Because I want to do epic music albums, reactions to albums, the whole album, not just one song. Play fucking 10, 15 songs. I don't care if it takes an hour or two. You know what I mean? I want people to hear real music out there and educate people. You know what I mean? And just like I want to do like old fight fucking you know, documentaries on certain fighters, you know what I mean, that inspired me, and guys that inspired me when I, you know, dug deep in the crates and started seeing all the old greats, the ones from the 20s and 1910s, 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s. And then boxing kind of died out a little bit in the 2000s, and then it made a comeback. You know, obviously we got really talented fighters in lighter weight divisions. We have some talented heavyweights. You know what I mean? There's a lot of great fights that could be made. Oh yeah, respect Francis Ngannou. Good job, dude. You stood your ground. Just making a movie and a book off your life, you would be set for the rest of your fucking life. Excuse me. I wonder fucking DM that to your fucking account or something. And but I'm sure people have fucking approached you about that anyway. Your story's amazing, dude. 7, 8 times you get caught trying to leave, you know, Africa, and they drop you off in the fucking Saharan desert or whatever the fuck, huge desert with no water, no nothing. People die all the time. How the fuck you survive 7 times? Then came. You want to be a boxer, but you went to France and you could make money quicker in MMA. And you became the MMA. I mean, you lost to Stipe. You trained hard, beat him. He's the GOAT in the heavyweight division. And you beat him after he beat you. You beat him. You beat fuck Alvarine was some Alvarine. One of the worst fucking knockouts I've ever seen in my life. I see a lot of people get knocked out in my life. Like, that was one of the worst ones I ever seen. I thought you were dead. Like, your back of your head hit the fucking back of your neck. That fucking uppercut from fucking hell. And the fucking punch Stipe took when he rushed in after he clipped Francis, he thought he got him hurt. And he, like, exploded in. And I think it was a check left hook or a check right hook. I forget. But Francis just hit him perfectly with precision, boom, right on time. And fucking Stipe's leg was underneath his other leg. Like, the way he fell was just, it looked horrible. I wasn't used to seeing Stipe go out like that. So, you know, Francis, you definitely, you got what you deserve. A lot of fighters deserve that money. Like I would say almost every fighter deserves that money. If you're elite like that, if you're in the elite class, if you're in the top 25 or top 15 or top 10, whatever the rule would be, you know what I mean? I don't know what the rules are, but I would try to make it fair for all fighters, you know what I mean? Like these fighters that make 10,000 a show and 10,000 to win shouldn't have to pay for their cornermen's fucking hotel rooms in the UFC. They shouldn't have to pay for any of that shit. Like there's a lot of fucking shit that needs to change, you know what I mean? And I'll be the voice for those fighters, and I know other people out there are voices too, because we ain't scared to fucking speak our mind. We're not little fanboys, little kids. We're not fucking like scared to fucking ask fucking fighters real questions, or we're not scared to fucking speak our minds. Bottom fucking line. And that's just the way it is, people. Kiwi, thanks for joining, brother. I appreciate it, brother. Everyone else out there, I hope everyone has a blessed Sunday or Monday, wherever you are, right? Blessed Sunday, morning, day, night, whatever it is. I'm gonna go work out and shower, eat, and take a nice little nap, and go to bed early tonight too, because I got some shit to do this week. I got a lot of things to do this week. So, you people out there have a blessed night, blessed day, blessed afternoon, or a blessed morning, wherever you are in this world. And Kiwi, thanks a lot, brother. I appreciate you, brother, always. And everyone else out there, thank you for watching. Share, like, subscribe most of all, because I need this 1,000 subscribers before the summer's over, because I'm monetized on every podcast platform except for fucking YouTube. So I know YouTube takes some time, but I gained three more subscribers today. You know what I mean? So I'm not complaining. I'm just saying you'll never hear me complain. It's just it would be good if people could fucking share, like. And I just say, hey, you want to hear someone that's fucking real or someone that's fucking fake? You know what I mean? There's always going to be haters out there that talk shit, but that only makes me want to work harder. And it's only going to fucking blow up in their face, because I know I'm not fake and I know they are. So, hey, haters make me greater. I don't care about that shit. That's small shit to a giant. I'm a grown fucking man. I was a grown man really young. So, never bothered me back then either. People getting out of line and being disrespectful if they were around me or whatever the fuck, right? Yeah, it would bother me. And that's why I don't put myself in that position. People, honestly, have a great day. I'm sorry, I don't mean to go on a rant. I'm just fucking pissed off. I feel bad. Loma's a big man, a grown man. So is Haney. I think they should run that back. I think Shakur Stevenson, Tank Davis should fight each other, but I don't make those rules. Spence and Crawford, I think Crawford and then should fight Canelo. You know what I mean? Whoever wins that fight, Spence or Crawford, should fight Canelo. And Inoue should come over here and be in that fucking discussion too, because he's a fucking problem. Wait till you guys see him next month. If you guys haven't seen Inoue, the Japanese monster, yet, what a fucking fighter he is. Like, incredible. I've seen him I seen him cut open, dig deep, and fucking still win fights when you thought he was definitely going to fucking lose. So that kid got the dog in him, you know what I mean? And that kid tonight, he's another one. The kid that fought tonight on the undercard. And, not bad fights overall tonight, you know what I mean? We had good UFC fights. We had good boxing. Elite, you know what I mean? Elite everything. And the main event wasn't a bad main event. We got Dariush and fucking who I believe will be the next 155 champ, Himagachi, or Oliveira go on another run, but I don't think he's beaten Dariush. I don't think anyone's beaten Dariush, in my opinion. But there is Khabib's cousins, and one of them's a champ over in Bellator. I knew he would become the champ. I think it's Umar over there, and Umar's here in the UFC. Usman over there at Bellator. I'm pretty sure it's Usman over there at Bellator, and Umar over here in the UFC. He's a fucking problem. I forget what weight class. I don't know if he's light. I don't know if he's lightweight or or middleweight or welterweight or fucking or smaller weight than that. I don't think he is. I don't think he is, but he's a fucking problem. So yeah, we got great fights coming up. You know, we got 1 week off of UFC, but we do got elite kickboxing and glory kickboxing. If you like standing and banging, Muay Thai, 1FC, and you'll like my boys, my friend George Francis, his Fighters Rep. He's on YouTube, Fighters Rep, really good man. I think he's moving back to Miami, where he's from, and he's going to run his kickboxing thing there, I think. I'm pretty sure. He was thinking that like 6 months ago, and just a good man. And I believe it would do a lot better on the East Coast. I really do, especially in Miami. People like people that stand and bang in fights. You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. Muay Thai. But I love mixed martial arts because you have to be great at all of it. You know what I mean? And that's why I love MMA so much too. You know what I mean? In kickboxing too, that's elite kicking, elite striking. But boxing is the most elite striking out of all of them. All right, people, have a great night, great morning, great afternoon, wherever you are. I'll be on again Tuesdays through Fridays, you know what I mean, or Saturdays, whatever. Sometimes I put in more times, sometimes I don't. Take it easy.